Thanks so much for tuning in to this First Alert Weather extended forecast. Let's talk about what is on the way. We're looking at some midweek showers happening in the high mountains north of Boise and then mostly in East Idaho. This is for Wednesday, May 20th that we're talking about. Showers could roll through in the afternoon, potentially overnight into Thursday morning as well. But for the valleys and even in the mountains as well, the warming trend will continue for several days. The warm temperatures are here to stay all the way through the Memorial Day holiday and the long weekend. So good news for people that plan to be outside enjoying that. The weather should not put a damper on any plans for the rest of this work week and the holiday weekend ahead. Next week, though, starting on Tuesday, we are looking at cooler and gustier conditions coming back into the picture. So make sure you take advantage of the nice weather while it's here. Let's recap where we've been in May so far. We know that it's been dry, but it's also been warm. The first 2 full weeks of May, Boise saw temperatures above average. That's marked by this orange colored boxes here that you can see. And just 1 week ago on May 12th, we saw 96 degrees. That was a record for the day by far. Extremely warm there. But now the past 4 to 5 days, we've seen temperatures just a few degrees below average. A couple cooler degree days on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday most recently, and this past weekend when we saw low 60s. But ever since that, we have been seeing those temperatures climb, and this is now May 20th. Don't have the temperature just yet, but we can expect the high temperatures to continue to be above average, or rather return to being above average. This is an 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. It's put out by the NOAA organization, and it shows us that here in Idaho, most of the state in this orange color has a 40 to 50% chance of seeing temperatures above average. It doesn't tell us how hot or how warm it's going to be, but just the probability that we will be above normal for this time of year. And even Idaho, as you can see, is this darker orange color compared to most of Washington and most of Oregon. And then closest to the Pacific Northwest coast, it says near normal. That area is expected to see temperatures very close to what is average for this time of year. But if we look closer to the Midwest, hotter temperatures expected there as well compared to what is normal. Looking at the next 5 days or so, you can see that our temperatures climb like an escalator. Saturday and Sunday, as we enter the holiday weekend for Memorial Day, those temperatures really skyrocket quite a bit up into the upper 80s. Several spots in the Treasure Valley probably looking at low 90s for the holiday weekend. Then Tuesday, when I mentioned it being cooler and gustier next week, that's where that fall off comes, and we're looking at a system coming into the picture. It'll drop our temperatures pretty significantly. But it's not only warm recently, it's also dry. We have not seen any measurable precipitation in the month of May for Boise so far. As of May 20th, it's been 28 days without measurable rain in Boise. The last rain was April 22nd, so that's almost a full month, and we could probably hit that mark considering we're not looking at any precipitation for the next several days ahead of us all the way through the holiday weekend. Our average total rainfall for the month of May is 1.45 inches. We would need a pretty decent rain event to catch up with this at that point, catch up to that normal. And again, it doesn't look like that's really in our forecast, at least for the next 5 days or so, because high pressure is building in from the Pacific. It will take over the West Coast, even move into some of those central states in the U.S., bringing warm temperatures over the next several days. Now let's touch on these light mountain showers that are possible on Wednesday afternoon into early Thursday morning. There's a little bit of model disagreement. If we roll this futurecast out, we can see this is 9 p.m. on Wednesday, May 20th, and there's very few showers even making its way into Idaho. The mountains north of Boise, such as West Central and Central Mountains, may see a few showers according to this model, but then into the Wednesday overnight hours into Thursday, it seems like this model puts it at a better chance of southeast Idaho seeing that precipitation, which is out of our viewing area. We pretty much have the Central Mountains, Western Magic Valley. That's about as far east as our viewing area goes. But if you're traveling over to the other side of the state, make note that Thursday morning could be a little wet, a little slippery on those roads. This is a different model. So same timeline, but a different forecast model that we're using. And you can see that this is putting us at Wednesday at about 8:20 p.m. and it shows a lot more activity in Idaho, near that Idaho-Montana border, but it shows some more widespread rain, a little bit of high elevation mountain snow, very high elevation, about 8,000 feet probably, so mostly those mountain peaks. But then it also shows that by Thursday morning, this is 5 a.m., that action is moving into the southeast corner of Idaho. So at the most, our central mountains, western Magic Valley may see a few stray showers make their way into that region, but for the most part, not looking like it's going to be a major precipitation event at all, if you see any showers at all. From that point on, models do agree, though, that as we head into the end of the work week and into the holiday weekend, we're looking very dry. Now, this is, again, Wednesday, May 20th. There is a chance that we see some isolated thunderstorms in this green shaded area. So most of that in Montana, moving into Wyoming a little bit as well, but Idaho, mostly for the north part of Idaho, and then east part of Idaho has that chance of seeing straight isolated thunderstorms. But central mountains, the fringe of west central mountains kind of sneaking into that area, so it is a possibility on Wednesday afternoon. Something to keep in mind, as thunderstorms are a risk with lightning, especially as we have dry, warm weather. Not a good combination when we are heading into fire season. Over the next several days, as we move through this week, high pressure that we showed on radar just a few moments ago is going to continue building east over the next several days. And I mentioned how it will take over a lot of the central states in the U.S. as well, bringing mild conditions for this weekend that we're heading into. But this is Monday now, and that's kind of going to be our last day before that other system swings in from the north. It digs further south into the northwest, and it switches up our weather pattern just a little bit. At that point, we are then seeing that 15 to 20 degree temperature drop. We're seeing gusty winds and, again, a chance of precipitation coming back into the picture, which is a good sign. We do need some of that moisture back into our atmosphere. But for now, this is a 7-day in Twin Falls. Temperatures upper 60s, low 70s over the next couple of days. Last day of the work week, 75 degrees, a perfect spring day, arguably perfect spring day. Lots of sunshine, light winds. Saturday and Sunday, also into Monday for the holiday, will be nice and toasty into the 80s. Then there's that temperature fall off next Tuesday with a high back into the low 70s if Twin Falls in the western Magic Valley happens to actually touch the 70s. In Boise, it will be a similar timeline where we're in the mid 70s over the next several days. To wrap up this work week, we hit the 80s on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we're into the upper 80s. Some spots in the Treasure Valley could hit the 90s this weekend for Memorial Day, 3-day weekend that we're about to be celebrating. This will be about 15 degrees above average at that point. Then there's that sharp fall off next Tuesday. Still several days out, but we're watching that system and seeing how it develops. As of right now, looks like temperatures cool quite a bit next Tuesday. Thanks so much for tuning into this First Alert Weather Extended Forecast. We'll catch you next time.